right. Hello, everybody. I am joining you guys today. Oh, show my skull a little more, my Uprolate skull a little more respect. I am finally doing another unboxing. So I was looking, so I'm still relatively new to tarot myself, although I've kind of jumped feet first into it. And I've been looking for a guide that I could use to really help me with my readings for quick reference as to what cards do what. And a lot of the internet things are interesting. I've got something I printed out off of a website. But this book right here, in here, is supposed to be decent, and it comes with cards. And I found it at my local bookstore, so I did not buy this online. So I'm doing my part there. Let me put my world tree right side up. All right, so let's go ahead, and I'm just gonna we're gonna cleanse and going to, and sorry for the car noises. It's like 6 o'clock here, and traffic gets a little crazy. But anyway, so we got our salt down. I'm going to go ahead and set our intentions. So I usually say them to myself. Spirit, please clean any negative energy from this deck and from this guide. Please allow us to foretell and foresee and open up what's currently going on and help us have divine insight. All right. So there we go. So it is the Guided Tarot box set, and it's got the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck. So I actually don't own any of these decks yet. There's a little pinhole. I'm just going to try to get with my, there we go. With my $5 knife. And yes, I blessed my knife, right? Because I do things like that. So, so let's crack this open. All right, so there is our book, and there is our deck, and there is nothing else in this giant box. But at least I have a nice place to put the deck and the book when I'm done, and I can put it back on the bookshelf. So I'm going to set the box to the side. Put some salt on that, and then I'm going to come back to this. So, Guided Tarot for Seamless Readings, and it's a beginner guide to meaning spreads, intuitive exercises. So, looks like it spreads out pretty evenly. So, talks about grounding our energy. Hey, that sounds familiar, doesn't it? Shuffling the deck, cutting the deck, drawing your cards, laying out the cards, turning, and then how to interpret. So I'm a little bit more advanced than that. Reversals, court cards, the basics. And what I was really looking for is like this. So I can flip through and I can go, oh, here is the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands brings a gift of a new beginning rooted in passion and creativity. The hand of the divine emerges from the cloud, offering a single wand visionary inspiration. Sprouting green leaves beneath the wand, lush landscapes includes a castle, peaceful river, helpful fertile trees. So, upright, inspiration, creativity. Reverse, hesitation and delays. Numerologies is initiation and new beginning. And in love and romance or general reading. So it has all that, and it has little reflections. So I can literally just scan through, and it's color-coded, it looks like. So, green is wands, gray is swords, yellow is pentacles, and blue, of course, is cups. And then before that in yellow is the Major Arcana. So that is exactly what I was looking for, was a quick flip book. Oh, look, the Lovers. I always hope for that one. So how cool is that? That's exactly what I was looking for, is just a quick flip that I can go through and I can go, okay, okay. And King of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, Four of Swords. You know, I can just grab the card and just kind of go. So that is neat. All right, so let's go ahead and open our deck. Which is also sealed in plastic. Woo. All right, I'm going to set that up there. I have not cut myself yet. I know. Everyone's like, why are you handling a knife so weirdly? Anyway, I handle a knife all the time. I don't cut myself very often. Yep. But knife is closed. All right, so there's the deck. And of course, it is a sealed deck, so more than likely, yep, as we'd expect, the cards are in order. So there's our Three of Swords. There's our Five of Swords, our Six of Swords, 7. Everything's in order. 4 of Wands. Actually, 3 of Wands is one of my favorites. Always tends to come up in my readings. So it's a new deck, so I'm just going to loosen it up a little bit. We're going to try to get this So my shuffling game needs some massive improvement. I'm hoping practice will get there. And I've seen so many different tarot readers read in so many different ways that, oh look, it's the World. Partnered with the Three of Pentacles. It took me a second to see the pentacles in the arch. That card wants to pop right out. What is that? Oh, it's the High Priestess in reverse. We'll come to that. So this is just the Hermit. Wow, 2 major arcana. I'd be willing to bet I need to shuffle this one more time. Oh, Hierophant. Oh. Sorry about that. I was getting a spam call. You know, I really should turn off my phone. Oh, the Empress. All right. What's funny is I haven't done any purposeful reversals in shuffling. Everything was upright, but the High Priestess came out in reverse. So how strange is that? So to me, and we're going to pull out our guide to see if I'm right or wrong, to me, the High Priestess is basically about manifestation, you know, or the Magician is about manifestation, but I think the Priestess is the feminine version of the Magician. And, oh, all right, so I've got 3 cards, and we're just going to do a little 3-card spin. So I've got, ooh, the Ten of Pentacles. That is a good card. So this is about our lives in general. This is not a love reading. This is not a money reading. This is just in general. Just quick and kind of an example of how to see about using this book. So we're going to go to Major Arcana, which is in the yellow in the front, and the High Priestess is the second card. So we got the Empress, and then, which we saw earlier, and then we got the High Priestess. Okay. So general reading. Connecting to the divine is an internal process. Your intuitive higher self can be channeled at any time by looking within. The High Priestess urges you to clear your mind and ask your heart for the answers you seek. The answers are already within you. All right? So in reversed, it means that we are disconnected from our intuition and we are refusing to look within. How scary is that? You know, does that apply to you? Are you too focused on something to kind of get the needed distance that you need to, needed distance that you need? I swear, you can tell this is unscripted. But are you too close to something that you can't sense anymore? Are you like tunnel visioned on something? It means duality, balance, and harmony. So that's kind of get that with the white and the black. I'm not sure what the B and the J mean, but I've seen that. I don't know. Yeah, love and relationship. Listen to your intuition. Emotional intelligence will lead you to the answers you need about romantic urges. What does your gut say about your relationship? So in reverse, the reversed High Priestess often signifies a disconnection from your intuition. You may be looking for answers outside of yourself, relying too heavily on the guidance of others or tarot. You know, maybe you're watching too many tarot readings online. This is a reminder to tap back into the source within for answers. Meditate. This is basically saying, you know what? Maybe you shouldn't watch 5 love readings in a row. And maybe you should just stop, breathe, and listen to yourself. All right. So that's our Highest Priestess. Next one's the Hermit. So that's number 9. So he's going to be right there. The Hermit is wise, and he knows the difference between being alone and being lonely. His solitude is the companion to his bright mind. So this is basically intentional silence. This is intentional solitude. This is you're disconnected from your intuition. This is how you get your intuition back. Intentional solitude. Look within yourself. Take that time. I don't always go for the whole Napoleon Hill thing, but like the great thinkers, he would describe as sitting in a room with a notebook. No distractions allowed for hours. No one's allowed to call or in or anything. Enforce solitude to develop your own intuition and your own mind. So it makes sense. Okay, so many people fear being alone, but spending time by yourself to explore your inner world empowers you to connect deeply to your inner truth. Listening to your inner wisdom by spending time in solitude is a necessary and healthy practice that will rejuvenate you. When it's time to be with others again, you will feel your energy restored. So the other funny thing is I recently ordered online, and I know I talk about trying to get things in the stores, but you can't get everything in the stores, and there's so many creative options online. But it's a green shirt with the Hermit card on the front of it. And this has been a personal thing for me, too, is to take my time of solitude and turn it into, being alone, not being lonely. So this is very, very powerful for me that it came up today. And then, so let's flip over to the Ten of Pentacles. So Pentacles, I think, were gray. Yeah, gray. No, yellow, sorry. 10 of Pentacles. The culmination of prosperity has arrived. This enables you to create from a new place of abundance alongside those you love. So the Ten of Pentacles represents love within the family that is most supportive in your life. Through that may not be your family of origin, so chosen families. Focus on spending time with the people you love and creating a network of prosperity that gives generous to those in need. This may be an inheritance for you, and it may mean that you are beginning to set aside funds that will benefit your children. I'm actually doing that. Your aging relatives or your partner. Enjoy the present while planning for these prosperous futures. Okay, in love and romance, you're either in or entering a relationship with someone who has long-term potential, including marriage, buying property, building a family, enjoying old age. This card indicates that you seek traditional values. I mean, that's very true for me. I hope that's true for you. And by traditional, I mean one love. I don't mean, I'm not one to judge. I believe love is love. It doesn't matter if you're man or woman and you love man or woman. You can mix and mingle and do what your heart desires. The important thing isn't who you love, but that you find love. So if you're a man and you love men, great. If you're a woman and you love women, great. If you're heterosexual, if you're homosexual, great. Find love. Love is amazing. So when I say traditional values, I mean love, and this talks about more of the marriage journey. So wow, this is kind of cool. Overt generosity from your family over important members. You have plenty of love and support. Nice. Right, upright, wealth, family, and inheritance. Reverse, loss, breaking with tradition. Numerology, 10 means completing the cycle. So this book is pretty darn neat. I am probably going to do some general readings in the future, and you will see me whipping this book out, and I'll say, hey, check out that unboxing, and probably put a link to this video, because this is pretty dope. Now, earlier I said, the Three of Wands is one of my favorites. Adventure lies ahead of you as you expand into a new role or identity. You have plenty of support, expansion, and growth. You've met someone exciting through friends or participating in activities. The Three of Wands is a great card. And the Four of Wands, celebrating achievements. The only ones that I love better would be, of course, the Two of Cups and the Ten of Cups. So Two of Cups, the meaning of two brings balance and harmony in a nurturing relationship. So, anyway. All right, folks. That is amazing. I'm glad I found this. This is exactly the book I was looking for, so that I can flip and just go, boom, there it is. Boom, there it is. Especially since I have so many non-traditional decks. This is the first Rider-Waite-Smith deck that I've actually gotten. I have a few others that I've been using for a while that I'm going to do reviews on. I've already done the review of the Oracle deck from Jessica Rowe. That one's amazing. I love that. Use it every day. I did the Arcanum, which I bought online. And then I've got a few others that I'm going to do here in the future. But hopefully you guys enjoy. I think this is awesome. And I'm going to say, at this point, have a good night.